Hello, myself Prachi Agarwal, Assistant Professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College in Electronics and Communication Department. So my topic for this lecture is wafer cleaning process. So we all know how the wafer has been formed. We have used certain types of techniques for the formation of wafer, how silicon ore is getting converted in MGS, and then from MGS it get converted in EGS, and then further polycrystalline silicon we got, and then polycrystalline sulfate silicon is getting converting into a single silicon. So in that case, when we are getting our wafer, so we will be adding certain kind of chemicals into it for the process of polishing, for the process of etching, for the process of cutting as well. So these impurities, what happens? These impurities will get deposited on our wafer. So before going to this topic, this cleaning process, we should know what kind of impurities are there in our wafer. So in the wafer, we should get organic material impurities, we should get inorganic dopants, there will be metallic contamination, there will be particles contamination, and there will be alkaline metal contamination. So here I have shown that this is a silicon wafer and how these contaminants and how these impurities are taking on your wafer. So when you are going to make a component using these wafers, these contaminated wafers, then there may be chances that certain kind of error you will get. So like if you are using if there is a wafer is getting contaminated using organic material, so there will be chances that there will be defect of gate oxide film breakdown, there will be chances of threshold voltage shift if inorganic dopants are there, boron, etc. Then in metallic contamination, there will be chances that PN junction reverse leakage current is there. So lots of problems, lots of errors can occur if this particular contaminations or impurities is there in your wafer. So there should be some techniques we should use to remove these impurities. So this is how I have shown that this is a simple, you can say, a layer, a silicon wafer, how silicon is deposited on this layer, and then this silicon wafer is there is a native oxide, that oxide layer is created, this is basically impurity. Then carbon contamination, carbon atoms are there some, then this is removed, basically we have to remove this carbon. So there is a technique of oxidizing wet cleaning method, so we are removing that carbon contamination. Then this chemical oxide again we need to remove, so there is a method of oxide removal. So like this we are getting, and we have to use these process so that we can again regrow our silicon wafer, and we can use certain different techniques that we are going to study in the next lectures, that is epitaxy basically. So why is it important to clean silicon wafer surfaces? So the removal of contaminants and particles that may be deposited on the surfaces or may be left over after carrying out wafer operations has to be achieved, right? They have to be like particles that may be deposited on the wafer, they are left over, so we need to remove them. The cleaning is required to reduce the chances of defects. There will be chances of defects I told in the previous slide, so that should be cleaned up. Then unwanted particles and impurities may block the surfaces where etching has to take place. So etching is already requiring some kind of chemicals, so we should have a clean wafer so that components can be formed easily. Then also the size of current silicon wafers microstructure is small, so the effects of contaminants and deposit particles also impact on the diffusion process. So so that this cleaning process is very important for further you can say that component making purpose. Then for this wafer cleaning methods, we have two methods basically, wet cleaning method and dry cleaning method. So as the name suggests, this wet cleaning method is something where we are using liquid something, and in dry cleaning method we are using basically gaseous form. So wet cleaning method is proper method where we have to use certain kind of liquids to clean our wafer, and in dry cleaning method we are using some gases. So in wet cleaning method, there is we are using certain chemicals for this cleaning purposes like H2SO4, H2O2, hydrofluoric acid, and then NH3, H2O. So we are using some chemicals to clean our wafer. So first is our RCA method. RCA method is what? It is basically Radio Corporation of America. It has been developed by Werner Kern in 1965, right? So this is a very standard process of cleaning this wafer, and mostly industries are using this method to clean the wafer. So it basically involves certain kind of sequences like organic contamination. We have seen that our wafer get contaminated by organic contamination, there may be inorganic, there may be alkali, and there may be ionic contamination. So using this wet cleaning method, we can remove organic contamination, we can remove thin oxide layer, we can remove ionic contamination. So these are basically this process is very important. So we are going to see what exactly is using in it. So in the first step, this RCA method basically consists of 3 steps. It basically consists of 3 steps. So in the first step, we are using SC1. SC1 is what? SC stands for standard clean. So it is basically a standard clean in which we are using this proportion. You have to learn that we are using 5 parts of deionized water, 1 part of ammonia water, that is basically 29% by weight, and 1 part of aqueous H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. So these 3 things, what are the 3 things? 5 part of deionized water, 1 part of ammonia water, and you can say that 1 part of H2O2. So these all 3 things we are using at 75 to 80 degree Celsius temperature, and that is for 10 minutes. So there is one apparatus is there, and we are using these 3 things, and we are keeping our wafer, adding these chemicals, and that wafer is getting cleaned up. So this is happening in the SC1. So SC1 is basically used for organic clean and the particle clean impurities. So particle and organic impurities, for that we are using this. So for the second step, we have oxide strip. The same I told that this is your wafer and 1 layer of oxide is there. So to remove this, we are using this oxide strip. This second method, this is basically optional method, because this can be removed using third process also, but I have shown here. So in this we are using hydrofluoric acid and plus your water, that we are using at 1:50 solution, means 1:50 proportion we are using, and that is around 25 degrees Celsius, and for about 15 seconds. So for removing this thin oxide layer, we have been using these 2 things, and that is in the proportion we need to take care, and the timings and the temperature. Temperature is very important while using such chemicals in your wafer, because if they are used for after certain times, or there is temperature gone beyond the limits, then there may be chances that your whole wafer get burned out. So we need to take care of this. So this is the third step. Again, the third step is SC2, as the second step is just it is optional step. So in SC2, it is a standard clean method. So we are using the solution, that is 6 parts of deionized water. What is deionized water? Deionized water is basically the distilled form of water. The water which we are using, the extra, if it is extra distilled, so we say that it is deionized water. And then 1 part of aqueous HCl, that is 37% by weight, and 1 part of aqueous H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. And then we are using at 75 to 80 degrees Celsius, and for 10 minutes. So the same in the first method, SC1, we have used the ammonia solution, and in this we are using the HCl solution. So fourth step is this RCA clean method. Since we are using certain chemicals in this, so our wafer is full of chemicals. So although we have cleaned it, so we need to rinse it. So we need to rinse it using the water, and then we need to dry it so that it can be further utilized. If it is left as it is, then again there is a chances that contamination will get happen, and that impurities will get added to it. So we need to we have to add these rinsing and drying steps while using these cleaning methods. That is very important. Now, second method, again the wet cleaning method, that is Piranha SPM. SPM stands for sulfuric peroxide mixture. In this, the proportion which we need to take care is H2SO4 is to H2O2, and that is we are taking around 2:1 or 4:1 parts. And this basically helps to reduce this photoresist into CO2 and H2O. So what is this Piranha SPM? Piranha is basically a type of fish which attack particular place under the particular place the water ferociously. That means the same is happening here, that these two chemicals, the combination of these two chemicals, H2SO4 and H2O2, this, that is very hard, and if they are used beyond certain time or beyond the particular temperature, then there will be chances that the wafer get burns out, or it will completely remove the wafer itself. So we have to take care of it while using these chemicals, while performing our cleaning process in the when we are using such kind of processes. So this is basically Piranha SPM. So this is RCA cleaning procedure. In this procedure, what is happening is, again I have just made the flow chart for you. So that is H2SO4 or H2O2. We are taking at around 120 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. The ratio is 1:1 or 4:1. Then HF, hydrofluoric acid, and then we can say H2O, that is 1:10 or 1:50. We are using these, and they are doing their work, that they are basically using for organic impurity, they are used for chemical oxide. After using this, we have to rinse it. So we are using deionized water to rinse it. Then we are having ammonium oxide and the hydrogen peroxide solution, that is in 1:1:5 ratio, and for around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius at for around 10 minutes. So again, after this, we have to rinse it using the deionized water. At every, like when we are using the chemicals, we have to rinse our wafer. So after then, if we are using HCl or H2O2, H2O to remove basically the alkali ions and the metals, so that are not removed from SC1. We are using these steps in single wafer, because if certain kind of impurities are there which have not removed by Piranha cleaning, then we are using SC1. If there's some kind of impurities are left with SC1, then we have to use SC2. So that is why I have shown the flow chart. So we have to clean and we have to rinse and dry our wafer again and again. So then we are having HCl and H2O2 solution, that is 1:1:6 ratio. And again, we have to use deionized water for the rinse purpose. So when we are using deionized water, that we are doing at normal room temperature. Otherwise, we have to follow these temperatures while using these chemicals. Now, this is dry cleaning method. So as the name suggests, the dry cleaning method is basically the process of dry substrate cleaning is one of the most important steps in photovoltaic industry. This basically removes oxide deposit. It does the same work as your wet cleaning method, but it is using some gaseous chemicals, and they are using liquid form. So that can it removes oxide deposit, that can prevent the substrate from receiving a proper coating. The process can also be used to remove organic and carbon based contaminants. Means if this is a, you can say, your wafer, and there is some kind of organic chemical and some kind of, you say, carbon is there, carbon contaminations are there. So we need to remove it. So such kind of contaminants can be removed using this method, dry cleaning method. So this is the diagram which I have shown. So in this, the wafer is used and the gases are acting from it, and then the wafer is getting cleaned up. And this is how the process, this is happening at a using the microwave generator, which is working at this much frequency, 2.45 gigahertz, and that is around 400 watt power. So this is basically dry cleaning method. So that's all. These are the only two methods which we have studied. First one is wet cleaning method, second one is dry cleaning method. So in wet cleaning method, we have seen the RCA method, we have seen the Piranha clean method, and in the dry cleaning method, this is about the dry cleaning only. We generally follow wet cleaning method for our cleaning purpose. It is followed in every university. Most of the industries are using this wet cleaning method because it has several steps. So if somehow some kind of contaminants are there, they can be removed using any of the process. So because it consists of different types of steps, you know that one's first one is SC1, SC2, piranha clean is also there. So we have certain types of steps in there. So every kind of impurities can be removed using wet cleaning method. Then this is another method, that is dry cleaning method. So hope this is clear to you. Thank you and Jai Hind.